Hey y'all, and welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some products that you just don't need to buy. Like, don't do it, don't waste your time on it. And of course, I should preface this by saying these are all products that just were serious fails for me. But I feel like in general, majority of people are going to have a similar experience because they were such a fail. It wasn't just like, oh, like, I don't know, it's just not my preference or it didn't work with my skin tone. No, these were just awful products. And so I wanted to kind of compile it into one video and just share with you guys these products that I don't think it has to do with my skin tone or the way I do things. I think they're just bad. So my advice to you is to avoid them. But of course, do what you want. If they work for you, that's awesome. But I thought it'd make for a fun video. So I do have a little helper. Levi is down here playing and putting on some lip balm as we talk. So you might hear him a little bit, but let's go ahead and dive in and just share with you guys some products that just don't work for me. I'm getting rid of them. Okay, first product isn't even a makeup item, but this is from Refreshments. It's their 5-blade razor kit. I've gotten this in Ipsy. They've sent it a couple times. I've even gifted it because I had so many. I gave it to my siblings to try because I was like, hey, razor set, this is awesome. And so I had given it to them because I couldn't use all of the ones that were sent to me. However, not too long ago, about a month I want to say, or maybe 3 weeks ago, I finally got around to throwing out my old razor set and I had used up all the blades and I decided to just use this razor. So that's what I've been using for at least 3 weeks, if not a month. And it's terrible. Like the first couple times I used it, I was like, you know what, it's new, maybe I just need to break it in, but I felt like I would run it over my legs and it just wouldn't cut everything nicely. Like either would skip some areas or would just feel like it was sliding over without actually cutting my hair. Like, and I'm talking about leg hair, that's leg and underarm is what I use this for. It just wasn't really cutting. So I found that after a couple times of using it, it still wasn't getting better. I would literally have to go over each area of my leg at least twice and I would still find areas where it would just, it missed it. So I tried to give it a fair shot. Like I said, at least 3 weeks, if not a month. It's been sitting in my shower and every time I reach for it, I'm like, ugh, it's gonna take me 2 times as long because I have to go over each area at least 2-3 times. And finally, just a couple days ago, I had like a light bulb moment of like, why am I torturing myself and just making myself take so much longer in the shower? And I finally bought the replacement, the razor that I had before this, and I've gone back to showering with that and it's so much easier, so much quicker, and it does a better job. So yeah, don't know what it is about this, if it's the, you know, the blade's not being sharp enough, maybe there's too much padding, but I just felt like I could never get a cut. Like sometimes not even a cut period, but I definitely didn't get a good cut, so not worth the money. All right, next up is going to be eyeliner. This is from Dragun Beauty and it is a black eyeliner. I'm pretty sure I got it in BoxyCharm, but I expected great things with this because Dragun Beauty, it's very like intense. Everything about it I feel like is super intense and bold. So I expected great things and it was a terrible liner brush. Like it doesn't matter the eye look. If I had any type of eyeshadow on, I had to go over at least 3 times to get a nice smooth intense line. Even without anything, just lining my eyes, I still felt like I needed to go over the line twice to get it nice inky and like a nice solid black, because if I didn't, it would look a little bit just not very even. I could see like through to my skin in some areas. It just kind of looked patchy and streaky, and that was like no fun. Even though I liked that it was a brush tip, it wasn't a felt tip. I love brush tips. Even though it like came out really easy, the formula was just too thin and just not very good. So it just surprised me all around by how much I didn't like it, that I didn't use it very long. I think I maybe used it 4 or 5 times to give it the benefit of the doubt, see if maybe it just needed to get, you know, kind of get used to being used or something like that. I don't know. I gave it a solid try, but no, I'm not going to put myself through trying to finish this up. It's going in the trash because it's no good in my opinion. On the heels of that, there is this one from Eyeko, I think is the brand, Eyeko Beauty. I got it as a freebie. This is the Black Magic Coco Edit Liquid Eyeliner. It's a brown one and I had high expectations for it, and it is just the same thing as the Dragun Beauty, except this one is a little bit more intense. Not only is it watery and you have to go over many times, but as you go over it, if it starts to dry and then you go over the line again, it actually picks it up and removes it a little bit. That's my 4-year-old practicing his school, sorry. So anyway, not only was it problematic in that I had to go over the line so many times, but I also just didn't like that if I wasn't careful and made sure I did it quick enough and it started dry, it literally would patch up on me, which for an eyeliner, I was just kind of surprised that I would have patching issues with a nice slick eyeliner, and it's just like, yeah, no thank you, short and to the point. It just wasn't great. I even packed this to take to the hospital after I had Sophia because I was like, nice, solid, you know, a nice brown liner, brand new. I'm not going to have any issues with it. It'll be a nice brown, easy to do my makeup with what I, you know, paired for my eyeshadow, and it was terrible. So yeah, going in the trash as well. Not a good product. Okay, next up is going to be from Give Me Glow. This is the Glow Harder Glitter and Shimmer Primer. I have tried this many different ways, paired with the other type of glitter primers, and each time I've tried it, I've always noticed an issue. It's nothing glaring to the point of like, oh my goodness, I put this on and it like destroyed my look. However, I feel like it made some shimmers harder to put on. It definitely didn't help with the wear time, and it also would kind of change the texture of things. It's almost like it was too sticky, so it started to mess with the shimmers I was trying to put on top, if that makes sense. And then, like I said, on top of that, it really didn't help longevity wise. Like I tried it against like my NYX glitter primer and my NBA one, and both of those performed and lasted longer than this one. So as a whole, I just feel like this is a bit of a dud when it comes to glitter primers, because it's just not a good formula, I guess you could say, because it makes it weird. It kind of weirds up your eye look when you're applying it, because it's something about it's being more sticky. I'll go ahead and link the video up here where I used it for the first time, and you could tell in the eyeshadow look the shimmers weren't going on like I remember Give Me Glow shimmers, and I've tried it without this product and they apply fine. So it's definitely something about this product. I think it's just a little too sticky, and it just almost messes, I don't know, it messes with the formula of the shimmers so that they then apply weirder or just all around bad and whatnot. So overall, I've tried this a handful of times and I'm just kind of over it ruining my eye looks, so I put it to the side. I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's not worth it. So if you want my advice, definitely not the glitter primer to go for. There are so many other better ones out there that aren't gonna mess up your look. Okay, we're going to talk about two different type of adhesive liners. They're both black. One's from Appeal. This is Adhesive Jet Black Liner. Appeal, right? And this is from Makeup Monsters or Makeup Maniac Cosmetics, and this is the Color Bind. Both of them are black. Neither of them work very well. I tried both of them several times, and not only do they not hold down my inner lashes, which I feel like is the problem area. Usually anytime I wear false lashes, the first place they start to pop up is the inner corner. I don't know if I just have very rounded, curved eyes, or maybe it's just naturally that's where it always pops up, but these definitely did that. But not only that, they were popping up like at the outer edges. They didn't want to really stick down. They just were a very weak type of adhesive. So for me personally, I've tried many different type of adhesive liquid liners. If you want to see that video, I can leave it linked up here. But these would definitely be at the very bottom because neither one of them had a strong hold at all. So I'm not going to continue using them just to try and use them up because they work so badly. I'd rather use the other ones that I've tried that either work amazing or work decent enough. So yeah, neither of these I thought worked worth it at all. Definitely, I don't recommend them. I'm not going to be using them up. And if you want my recommendations, check out that video. I'll leave it linked down below. Next up is a new mascara, a newer I should say. This is from Lawless, the One and Done mascara. I got this scent I think from Octoly or BoxyCharm. I can't remember where I got it. Anyway, it's a terrible mascara. Like I thought I would like it because the brush is like a plastic spike, and then it also has like the ball plastic on the end. So I was like, ooh, I'm really gonna like this. But it has a terrible formula in that like it doesn't have enough bristles to help brush it through, so it just gunks the product onto your lashes really, really badly. And then when you try to just keep brushing to kind of brush it through and smooth it out, it just continues to get worse until you have like 3 lashes that are super clumpy going in wonky directions. So I didn't like this. I kept it for a little while and would just use it as a topper. Like I would use maybe a mascara that didn't give a whole lot of definition, but just, you know, was able to coat my lashes and separate them nicely. And I tried to just top this on top of it. But even then it was just like, it would just ruin my lashes because it had more mascara on it, but it would still clump them together and just put too much product on my lashes that I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I put it in this pile because I wanted to talk about and let you guys know how much I did not like this, and I don't plan to use it anymore. It's going in the trash. Let me know if you got this to work for you. If you picked it up and you love it, am I using it wrong? Did I get a dud? Because it's terrible. Like it's just so much product is left on the wand. There's not enough bristles. It makes a mess on my lashes and I don't like it. All right, Levi, it is your turn. Go ahead. What are you going to show them? Can you show them your brush? You want to show them a wipe? We can clean the eyeshadow off your face. No? Okay. Do you want to just stay sitting on my knee? Yeah. You're so cute. I love you. Okay, another glitter primer that I want to talk about is from JD Glow Cosmetics. This is the Glitter Stuck Adhesive. I picked it up. I had high expectations because it is a liquid, kind of like the NBA is like a clear liquid. It looks like just water in there. So I thought it'd be great to not only use as underneath, but also to top on top of like glitters or shimmers that I really want to stay put. However, I'm not even sure if the product is fine or not because I've put it in this bin as throwaway, don't get it because of the packaging. packaging. It is a little like squeeze tube, like you could click up here to squeeze it out, but because of the way it squeezes it out, if you just press it like you would a normal like foundation, it shoots it across the room like so hard, and too much by the way, but it just shoots it across my makeup table. So then whenever I would use it after that, I would press it very slowly so I only get a couple drops, but when you do that, it dribbles down and gets into the mechanism that you actually like pump. It gets into the pump, so now the pump is stuck because it has all of this glitter adhesiveness in it that has since dried, and now it's stuck. Like I cannot press it, and I'm sure if I do eventually get it my clothes are all dirty now. But yeah, now I got it out and it just shoots out everywhere. So for me, this is just not worth it because I have to go through the effort of unsticking it, making a mess everywhere, and then I'm like trying to dribble it out just a little bit onto my finger. Goes down into the mechanism. Next time I use it, it's going to be like solid, you know, glued solid shut or glued open, I guess. I don't know. It's just going to be glued and too hard to move. So the biggest reason I'm putting this in a total fail, don't waste your money, is just because the packaging, I feel like wastes so much product because this is only an eighth, a fourth of the way used up. Like there's so much product in here, but there's no way I'm going to get through it because I just always opt for something else because it's so difficult to actually use every day. So like I said, no idea if the actual product is great just because I'm so annoyed with the product or the packaging itself. I don't use it enough to find out, but it's going in the trash now. I'm done with it. Okay, so the battery just died. I had to stop and change it out. I can't wait to watch the editing of this because I feel like there's gonna be some expressions that are absolutely cute that I'm missing because he's not facing me. Let's move on to brushes. Yeah, there's some brushes I'm getting rid of and I just wanted to share with you. I don't like how they work. I don't find them to be nice to use and I'm getting rid of them. This one, do you guys remember this? It's from NARS. I don't know what it's called, but I remember when I was starting back in the day, this was like all the rave. I finally picked it up Mercari. Maybe that's why it's not the best because it's an older brush since I got it used, but it's so scratchy and just not pleasant. I don't like how it applies my blush. So I was just using it the other day and I'm like, why? Why am I still using this? I'm getting rid of it. This is from Lunar Beauty. It's the LBF2 brush. I don't like how it applies my liquid foundation. It feels like there's not enough bristles in here, so it does like a really sketchy job, I guess you could say, of blending it in. And I don't know, I've used it probably for a month on and off, and every time I reach for this, I always end up reaching for another brush to finish it off to smooth it out because I don't like how this brush applies my liquid foundation. And then last up is from a Perfect 10. This is MOTD brush. It's okay, but I just don't like how pointy it is, but how like big but small. Like I don't know how to use this brush. I don't know what I could use it for. It's too big for like a bronzer. It's too small for, or it's too big, I should say, for setting my under eyes, but it's too small for my, like setting my face because not only is it very pointy, but it's very small. So like trying to go around my brush, trying to go around my face, which is what I do, I usually like to pat it in and then swirl to kind of give it a nice finish. And I just feel so, it's just not comfortable, I think is my thing. So I really don't care for it. All three of these brushes, I was using them and just had an aha moment of like, I have so many brushes that I love. Why am I keeping these? I don't find them worth the money and I don't find that they apply well. This is definitely more of an opinion piece in this makeup collection. Like I'm sure a lot of people would love these type of brushes, but these shapes don't work for me, so I just wanted to throw them in here. I don't like them. Next is Bobbi Brown. This is the Intensive Serum Foundation I got through Octoly, and I had such high expectations because not only is it Bobbi Brown, but it's like a serum foundation. It just sounded beautiful. I had very high expectations, but anytime I use this by itself or mix it in with other foundations, because I thought maybe it's just a little bit too, I don't know, too hydrating for my skin. Doesn't matter if I just use a drop of this. It ruins. Oh, are you tired? Nope. Okay. It ruins my makeup look for the day. Like literally just it makes the foundation sit on my face super funny, and I was like, well, maybe it's not mixing with my primers or my moisturizers. So I've switched up my moisturizers, I switched up my primers. I even tried doing it on a bare face without any moisturizer on. Like I just washed it the night before, got up, sat down, tried to put this on, but it doesn't matter what, it looks like it's just blotching up, and like sometimes the primer can make it pill up, so I'm assuming it just doesn't work with that primer. But even if it's not having a pilling problem, it has a very spotty, splotchy way of applying, and it's just all around horrible. Like I said, I tried it several different ways, several times alone, mixed into things, and I feel like it would always just ruin my makeup look for the day. So after a solid, how many times? At least or around 10 times. I can't remember exactly how many, but like I said, I would try adding it into things. I tried it just by itself. I tried it with moisturizers, primers, at least 10 times. Not once did I like it, and every single time I wore it, I felt like it ruined it. Some days I would just touch my face and there would be this bare spot. Like that's how much it would just like transfer right off. Or as it wore throughout the day, it just had that really weird kind of spotty look to my, like it was kind of sitting in all my pores but not covering my face, like my skin, if that makes sense. It was weird, and for it to be Bobbi Brown and such an expensive like product, I was not expecting to have that much trouble with it. So yeah, after all those trials, I was like, yeah, no, I don't ever want to use this again. This is such a waste of money. I just don't get how this product works for anyone. So for me, this was a huge fail. All right, so popping in this video real quick, a different day, but I forgot a product that I really want to talk about because I kind of can't get over how much I don't like this product, and how much not only that I don't like it, but it just doesn't work for me. Like it's just really not good. And that's going to be the Kaleidos Tone Activator Eyeshadow Primer. And I kind of feel bad putting it in here because I feel like a lot of people use it. Kaleidos is a brand I really enjoy. However, this product, it usually, I would say, like 90% of the time gives me nothing but trouble. Either it causes my eyeshadow to patch and like not want to stick down, or it causes them to fade really quickly throughout the day, or it causes like color changes, issues with color changing, issues with like colors going together sometimes, like it doesn't want to blend. So like I said, there's been so many times where I would use this, and even in videos, even in a video I did not too long ago that I was editing the other day. So it was sometime during Capemas, but I had to leave a note because I was kind of struggling with the eye look that I was doing, and I was like, well, maybe it's my eyeshadow primer, which was this guy, and I used it later on, I used it a couple more days, and I never had the problems I was having on video, on camera, again. So it's definitely, this is the culprit. So I don't like it. It's a very thin type of primer. It dries down to almost like an invisible base, so it's not a tacky type of primer, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. It doesn't hold up on my oily-ish eyelids, and it just doesn't do good things when I'm trying to blend on top of it. So for all those reasons, I gave this thing so many chances. I kept trying to use it in different ways with different eyeshadow palettes, and like I said, it does work. Sometimes it's fine. Like sometimes it's absolutely fine. But like I said, about 90% of the time, it'll cause either an issue creating the look, or it just doesn't make the eyeshadows last that nicely. And I will check, because I'll go and use a different primer with the same palette later, and it lasts beautifully throughout the day. So for me, it's just not worth the hassle of going through and actually using this product, because it just doesn't work for me. And maybe it's totally just my eyes type of issue. Maybe I just have a type of eyelid, like, well, I don't know, oily eyelids or something that it just does not mesh with. But it doesn't do great things when I'm applying my makeup. It doesn't do great things when I'm, wearing my makeup. And while 10% of the time everything works out fine, I don't notice any huge fading away. I don't notice any issues creating the look. It's just not worth a chance for me to use this. So I think now that I have reviewed it and like shared my thoughts with you guys, and just shared with you guys how much this product doesn't work for me, I'm gonna declutter it out of my collection, maybe give it to one of my sisters who are getting into makeup and whatnot, for them to play around and see if it works for their eye looks. Though I feel bad giving it to them, because I feel like I'm gonna be setting them up for failure if they're like trying to learn how to create eye looks and stuff, and I give them a bad primer. So that's why I want to include in today's video, because like I really don't understand how this works for some people. And like I said, I see a lot of people using it. They create beautiful eye looks. I never notice any issues when they're blending it. I mean, I guess I can't see their look at the end of the day, but there's no issues with blending. And I feel like that's the biggest thing for me with this. It causes issues, either not being as pigmented with the eyeshadows. I've already gone into it just causing issues with the blending and stuff like that, so I don't get it. So that's why I definitely wanted to add this in here and include this, because this is definitely a product that qualifies for this video of, I just don't understand how this works for anyone, because it's not just a preference thing, it just literally will not work for me. So I wanted to go ahead and add this clip in and include it at the very end of this video, because as much as I've tried to make it work, as much as I really enjoy the brand, this is just a real big dud for me from the brand, and just a real big dud overall when it comes to eyeshadow primers. I have so many eyeshadow primers that work great. This one is not it. So yeah, don't like it. Oh, y'all ready to say goodbye? All right, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on these products, kind of like my quick little takes on products that really just were a huge fail for me, do not work, and I just, either the way that they are presented in the packaging they're given, or just the product itself, it just doesn't work very good. So I hope it was enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little buddy here with me as we're chatting away, and he was chatting away. Hopefully that wasn't distracting. He's apparently very tired. Are you tired? Nope. Why'd you just yawn? That's like the second time you've yawned. But anyway, did you want to share about your lip oil? He's using a lip oil because he's got super dry lips right now. Do you want to show them? Yeah. Go ahead, show him. How do you put on your lip oil? He's got eyeshadow here from when I was doing my liner. He took the brush and was doing it. You don't want to show him? Alright, well anyway, that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I hope you guys are enjoying Kate's giving. And yeah, oh, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there if you want to see reels, tutorials, up close eye pictures, all that sort of thing. And with that said, I'll see you guys very soon in my next video, hopefully tomorrow. You want to say bye now? Yeah. Bye. Yeah.